It wasn't so much the amount of techniques, it was limited techniques practiced well. It was the application of that technique over and over and over again for a muscle memory, as opposed to throwing 30 different techniques out here and see what hits, what sticks. It was a set of core techniques that you can grab from multiple angles and do the same thing over and over again. We have a set of lesson plans we currently use, but I can actually incorporate some of the stuff that you gave us into that lesson plans. We have a little bit of leeway which we can incorporate into our administrative purposes for training. So I think some of the paperwork you gave me actually will be utilized into that.
Do you think you'll be able to teach it? That's a whole other.
Oh yeah.
Why?
So it follows our core guidelines set by the system. We still have our 6-point harness, so we still have our arm bar, we have our takedowns, we have our grabs, we have our snatches, we have the basic core fundamental of the officer protection, and then the defensive tactics portion of it. So it falls within our guidelines, and it's very useful, and I think I could take it back. And actually, I've taken OPADA, I've taken it to different courses, I've gone to multiple different agencies for testing, and a lot of it comes down to technique. We're going to just try this, now try this, but you never get a chance to practice it or incorporate it with a moving partner. Most of the time it's a restrictive partner, stand still, be a good partner, and then let that person put the application on you. Well, the problem is I can put an application on anybody who's not moving, who's not resisting me. By adding in some of that resistance, by adding in a little more power to it, you can see the different struggles you run into. So when you first start to apply this, we ran into problems where, well, I don't think I got that, and you still had to go to somewhere. So it wasn't so much stopping that training, it was keep moving, find a different handhold, find a different anchor point, move from this anchor point to transition to another anchor point or a takedown. And I think the core fundamentals of it, I would tell them it was well worth it. Just the principles, the concepts behind it. As far as an instructor course goes, teaching the principles of that instruction, of how you want it instructed, it goes away from the whole, we're going to go to takedowns, we're going to go to strikes, we're going to go to this. Well, what happens when this doesn't work? So it's a situation where it gives you a core program of guidelines of how you want to run through this. And I absolutely would recommend this to anybody. I think the camaraderie, it wasn't a huge group. So we had, 12 guys this group around. I think the class size was perfect. There was a lot of interaction, so you got to move around from person to person. You got a lot of one-on-one instructions with the extra instructors you brought along, and I really enjoyed myself. I had a lot more fun than I expected to do.